keep it down possible. What's up, guys? What's up, lead gen beasts? It's your boy Matty Ice, Leads for Locals. Welcome to the live training. We're running a little bit late. I am sending the join link for my guest right now. Just running a little bit late, so just bear with me, guys. But today we are this is going to be part one of just a short series, training series on building and joining a lending network. So if you're in the business loan industry, you're a loan broker, this is definitely going to be a good training series for you. And we're going to talk about how it incorporates with EliteBroker and yeah, just what that looks like. So just give me a second. I'm sending the link to him right now. Let's see. And do me a favor, guys, if you are watching this in the Facebook group, if you don't mind coming over to YouTube and hitting that like button, I would definitely appreciate it. I'm going to post it in the comments section here. It does help. Post a comment. All right, there is the YouTube link. If you guys don't mind, please come on over to YouTube and smash that like button. So while we're waiting for my guests to join, why don't you guys type in the comments where you're at with your lender network? You know, are you building your own network? Have you joined a pre-existing lender network? That's kind of what we're going to talk about today, and kind of the differences between the two, like building your own from scratch and just joining a network that's already put together. You know, obviously, one of the benefits of building your own would be maybe the commission. I would imagine you just keep a bigger portion of the deal potentially. Sometimes, you know, with lender networks, there's a cut. I think Rock Financial is like 20%, but it just depends. I could be totally off on that, by the way. If I am remembering the conversation correctly, it was kind of low. Which, you know, again, there's pros and cons, you know, because they'll help you close your deals for you. They'll handle the application processing, and you know, it saves you an incredible amount of time having to build up the network yourself. So yeah, type in the comments, guys. Let's get some engagement going here, please. I want you guys to be engaged with this. This is a good chance for you to ask questions as well. Type your questions in the chat and I'll bring them up. But yeah, I want to know where you guys are at with your lender network. So it looks like my guest is here. We're going to go ahead and bring him on. Matt, what's going on, brother?
Hey, not much, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Doing good. Glad to have you.
Yeah, thank you. You too.
Yeah, man. I really appreciate you doing this training. I was just talking to the audience, just getting some feedback on where they're at with their lender network. I'm going to do a quick intro and then let you kind of have the floor. I got a couple of bullet points, some basic things that I'd like to cover. But so guys, I've got Matt here from Lenders Access, and I can't even remember how I found you guys. I think I heard it from an EliteBroker member, and I decided to check it out. I was like, man, this is good stuff. I gotta research this more. And then I went through the application process, and I love that. Well, we'll get into how the process works a little bit, but Matt, why don't you, just take a couple of minutes here really quick, introduce yourself, you know, who's Lenders Access, and then we'll get into some of the more finer details in a minute.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, Lenders Access itself has been around for about 14 years. And initially it was started to be a platform for brokers or agents like yourself that have needs for their clients. So it started with the merchant services. They were getting attrition due to the fact that they didn't have options. So they would go to their bank, and the bank would say, yeah, we can help you with working capital, equipment, real estate, but they would take everything, you know, the merchant service accounts, they would take everything. That's what banks do, right? So they were losing a lot of their client base, even though they had 3-5 years of good experience. So the company and our CEO, Eric Sasha, opened up this platform. We are a direct lender. We only do this year, I think we'll end up probably about 22% that we fund our own balance sheet. The rest we syndicate or we broker. So our network, we have over 150 lenders, and we have over 2,500 agents that use the service. So there's really not a limit on how many applications we can handle. We're pretty robust, our bandwidth. Everything gets shot out through our APIs, so we get real-time offers and declines, or real-time feedback. And we cover from the working capital, MCA, term loans, lines of credit, the unsecured loans, to equipment, from capital leases, operating leases, track leases, EFAs. We do commercial real estate, residential real estate, factoring, AR. We do consumer finance, and we're going to be kicking off next year doing some ERC stuff.
Nice.
So we try to handle everything for the businesses. So you guys have a one-stop shop. One application is all we need, and everything is a soft credit pull. So you're really protecting your clients as an advisor, like you guys are, which really helps them out. So you're not like just trying to slam a deal. You're looking at the immediate need plus the future needs of them, and we have all those programs.
Nice. Real quick, I want to break some of that down. You said consumer finance, so you can do you do personal loans as well?
Yeah. So the consumer side, if you have a merchant that's an auto company, furniture guy, dentist, medical, construction, and they offer this. Right now, it's only up to 10,000, but yeah, you can offer it to the consumer or personal for the company. So whatever the SIC code is for the like the furniture store, you'd be approved for furniture, but not for a car. So
Right.
It's only approved for that specific industry.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. And that's the same application as they would use the same application as the business loan one. It's all the same.
Yes. Yeah. So that link, you would set up the merchant, and you got to get them approved. There's only a couple criteria. One is no criminal background, and two is they have to have made 100,000 annually. So they pretty much qualify for that. Then they get approved. They get a welcome kit. And once again, all this is really quick. I mean, they have a QR code they can start using immediately. And then the consumers come in and they go ahead and fill out. We have 90-day seamless cash options. We have installment loan options, kind of whatever they're approved for. And the reason why it's really kicking off is the different companies out there in consumer, which there's not a lot, but they always charge a fee, or the other companies. So it's either a monthly fee or it's a percentage. So they can do, zero interest for a year or whatever. So it's anywhere between 8 to 15%. And that's a huge amount of money. If you're doing 2 or 3 million in revenue, that's a lot of money. So we're saving companies 150,000 or more, from auto to dentist, guys, to furniture stores. And yeah, it's working out great. And then we have an approved list, which I think you have, Matt. If not, I'll get it to you. And then that's going to increase as well to like subscription-based type companies like gyms, dojos, to veterinarians, things like that.
Yeah, I got you. Man, good stuff. I want to dive into more of the lender's access process and what that looks like. I'm gonna share my screen in a little bit here and just show you guys what this looks like, if this is something that you want to do. But Matt, real quick, if you don't mind, I want to talk a little bit about just in your experience, the difference between a loan broker building their own lender network and building these relationships versus joining a lender network like yours. Can you talk to me a little bit about the difference between the two, and the pros and cons of each?
Right. So there's companies out there where you can kind of piggyback what they have kind of built. Our program is different than every other because we are trying to help you build your database and your client base. So when you have your portfolio, maybe 5-10 years later, you can sell it off, but you have a network that you can use, but we don't take them away. There's companies out there, you submit a deal, unless you're aggressive and have a good relationship, that next deal the client wants, you probably won't get, because they're going to contact directly because it's more hands off. You get paid less money as well. Ours is, we're just the back office for you. So you literally, each one of you will have a whole team of processing, business development, underwriting, and that you can use at your disposal. We can do second calls. You actually have a team. And so you can build your business around that, knowing that you have one source you go to for any business needs. You don't have to call a bank and then call another guy or a private lender or investor or private equity. You have one call or one email, depends on how you operate. And it works out great that way.
Right. And then, so it saves an incredible amount of time. The other thing that, just one of the pros anyways, is the broker doesn't have to figure out which application do I fill out, which lender do I send it to, right? A network like yours, like you guys take the application and then based on what is provided and what they're looking for, you guys take that one application and you match it with whatever lender is going to be best. Am I on the right track with that?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, sorry for that. I should explain it. So the process with us is being that we go through our whole network from our top tier investment type grade lenders all the way down to our D grade. It's one application. We need 3 months of statements. If it's an equipment, we need an invoice or a quote. Once you do that with us, you're just waiting for feedback, which we update within 24 hours. And even if there are declines, we let you know that as well. So you can massage the customer, let them know like, hey, you said you have perfect credit, but these came back. You have a 640 or a tax lien or a BK 4 years ago or some criminal, whatever. We give you all the data. So when we do give you an offer, regardless of that you think it's great or not, you can say, hey, these guys said no, but we have an option here for you. And you're always going to be their advisor. You're going to be the hero. We can be the bad guys on our side, which makes it really nice. But yeah, so it's one application. You don't have to send it 4 different type of applications. We have one, and it's for all of our programs. So each one will fit. Now, consumer finance is a tad different because that's going through the merchant. But everything else that is more direct, then it's one easy step.
Yeah. Would you say that because of the amount of lenders you have in your network, do you find that, like you said, I think it was 150 that you have in your network, give or take. Obviously, the more lenders you have access to, the more chances you have of getting an actual approval, correct? Like just the more you have access to, the fewer declines you should get, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of people that start using our service, they have their 5 or 10 or so lenders that they've been sending their deals to. And obviously, I don't know what their approval ratios are, but you're limited if you deal with only A type of lenders and you have some B and C type borrowers trying to do something. So with us, we do all that behind the scenes and it's immediate. So rather than it maybe take you 3 or 4 days to send manually, you're getting everything fed back or given back to you within a matter of minutes or hours, and 100%. And also what's really nice is we try to give you 3 to 5 approvals because then you can see how the market dictates the pricing compared to just a one-off where, oh my goodness, that's either a great deal or a bad deal. You don't know if that's even normal. But if we give you a few different ones, then you understand, okay, this is how the market is qualifying this the client.
Right. Yeah, makes sense. With the going right there. There was something I was going to ask you on that. With the what if I'll just transition this. I'll come back to that in a second. What about like people that have so if a broker has a list of declines right now, is it beneficial to run those files through something like this to see if someone in the network would be able to approve it?
Absolutely. We have, dozens where they say, hey, I've sent it to these 5 or 6 lenders and they came back no because of X. And then we send it to some. So for example, maybe there's the lender that's habitually delinquent, which are tough to get done. So you may go, I'm sending it to guys, but I don't want to worry about a clawback. So can you send it to lenders that have no clawback because you don't want to jeopardize any commission? And or you may go, I have a cannabis deal. Well, obviously, a lot of people don't do cannabis. So to send it to someone that does not do cannabis, you just waste some time. So we'll make sure we designate the file for the right lenders.
Right. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, good stuff. Because I find that like with what EliteBroker does, we've got the marketing side down, right? People are generating lots of leads, conversations, or having, getting appointments, having good conversations with business owners. That's not really the issue. It's getting them approved. And then, obviously having things like trade lines and credit repair and stuff like that. We're going to be adding that to EliteBroker very soon as well. But it just seems like the more you have, like the biggest obstacle is the decline. So that's why I think one of the biggest pros of something like Lenders Access is the fact that you get access to so many more lenders, which increases the chances of getting an actual approval. So I know I remember now what I was going to ask you earlier. You said that when an application goes through, you'll send 3 to 5 different offers. Where do those offers go? Do they go directly to the client or to the broker so that the broker can present it to the client?
Yeah, so we always, once again, everything goes through the broker unless the broker says, I'm out of town or training, can you do it directly? They lead the whole process. That way they have the control. Like we'd rather talk to 100 great people like you guys than 100 customers and have to deal with their questions. Plus, we don't know behind the scenes the reasons for the money, the urgency. Right. You guys all have that because you have the relationship. So yes, you tell us, hey, only send us the offers. We do that. You may go, I'm on vacation, send it to them direct, CC me on it. We can do that too. So we can accommodate what you guys want.
So when a client fills out an application, for example, what does the client get as far as communication throughout the process? What does that look like?
Well, I mean, once again, this is based on what you guys want. Typically, they'll get an email acknowledging that we have in file. So you guys get a copy and they get CC'd. So that way we kind of know a starting point. So when people go, oh, you had the file for 5 days, we're like, well, let's see the email. No, we actually had it yesterday, right? So that's when we touch it. And then it'll go into our portal. Now, once we have updates, typically the brokers don't care if they're declines, as long as you're updated every 24, 48 hours. So we really focus on the approvals. And that's what we really get out to you in real time. I'll let you know. Even if we have one offer, we'll say, here's the first offer. So you can start understanding maybe where they're going to come in at and go from there.
Gotcha. Okay. Love it. Is there a so how would brokers stay in aside from the emails that go out? Is there some kind of dashboard they have access to? Some point of contact, like if they want to follow up on a certain application, how would they do that to see where it's at in the process?
Yeah, so you can always call direct. We haven't had to go into a whole separate portal because each broker sends a certain type of file to where we're in and out within 24, 48 hours. Some that have long-term like SBA loans or commercial real estate, then we'll set them up like an Excel sheet just for like a pipeline report. We kind of accommodate each broker, but right now to do like a portal where they can log in, there really hasn't been a need. If all of a sudden now we're getting from one source or one broker, 50 in a week or something, and they're all different types of funding types, then maybe we'll need to do that. But right now it hasn't been warranted. Gotcha.
But they have some way, if they want to call, send an email, whatever, they can do that. Like, hey, what's happening with this application?
Oh,
you're saying you guys are pretty fast with it anyways, right?
24 absolutely. You can always call, email. A lot of brokers do text. If they're busy, they don't want to chat for 5 minutes. They just want to know an update. We can do that. So yeah, you'll have updates every day as much as you want. We can provide. Okay. It's just there's not really a specified portal. You'll know when when the file goes in, so when lenders are looking at it. So that if you want to kind of let your clients know, hey, within 24 hours, we'll have some feedback. 100%. A lot of people use it for that, but you guys always will know what's in your pipeline.
Gotcha. Love it. Okay. Talk to me a little bit about commissions. What does the commission look like? How fast does it get paid out? Do they get any residuals later on, like on lines of credit? Talk to me about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So our residual type of programs obviously is consumer finance. We do merchant services if you're not already set up there, along with lines of credit. Depending on the amount of line of credit, I mean, we don't want to send out residuals for like $2. So sure. It depends on the amount, and our minimums are 10,000 and above. So sometimes you get a line of credit for 15 grand. It's just, it just doesn't make sense. But so you have those residuals. And once they come up for renewals, you will get notified plus on an email that shows the commission amount. It'll show available for renewal on this date. So you just put that on your calendar to follow up with your customer, 6 months, a year, 4 months, whatever the term is. With that 50%, we can go ahead and look at a renewal. And if the actual lender can't do it, we can send it out to other sources. We just need 3 months of statements and we're off and running. So
Gotcha.
you're always, you start building up your pipeline knowing that, hey, I got these other deals again. If you do 10 deals in this year, you should at least have another 10 next year,
right.
Plus whatever else you add on. So it's really nice there. But then the consumer part is obviously anytime they use it, and that's only going to grow. We have guys starting out with a few $100, and now they're at $4,000 or $5,000 a month on residuals on the just consumer side.
Nice.
And that's just going to grow as more and more clients use it. And, if you have dentists, for example, the more dentists you talk to and use it, it's just going to, expand. I'm sorry, what was the other question, Matt, you had on that, on the commission part? So, 3 to 5 days after funding, you get paid.
How many?
3 to 5 business days after funding.
Okay.
So typically it's the next week. So funds this week, you'll get paid next week. That's how it usually shakes out to. But it's 3 to 5 business days in case there's holidays involved, like what's happening now this month and last month. But it's pretty quick. There's only one lender we have that's a 30 days. We don't use them a lot for that reason. But in case that's the only offer, we'll let you know way ahead of time. But every other one is 3 to 5 business days.
Okay. And what's the commission rate?
So that also depends on volume, but it ranges anywhere between 50 to 70%. And that's what the lender pays us. So we have different programs. Obviously, our working capital MCA is up to 18 points. So you have 18 points. Obviously, let's just make numbers easy. It's $100,000. Let's say there's 10 points on that deal that's accepted by the customer. So that's $10,000. And depending on what you set up for, it'd be $5,000 to $7,000, which would be ACH in your account.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, not bad. That sounds about standard for a lender network, right? It's typically like anywhere between like 50 to 80. Like I was just saying earlier, I think Rock Financial is like 20%. If I'm not mistaken.
Those ones out there are way low, and once again, they're the ones that their selling point is, hey, just give us a file, we'll run with it, and we'll close it for you. But that was the exact ones I was telling you about, where if you have so many clients, you don't mind losing them, but that next call they make is going to be to Rock. It's not going to be to Matt or whoever else. And that's what we protect for you guys.
Right. And also what I was mentioning earlier too, there's pros and cons to everything. If you build your own lender network, you might get your higher commission or whatnot, but you've also got all of the back end processing. You got to figure out which lender to send it to. You got to maintain all those relationships, right? Because when the application goes through, it's one application and you guys match it with your lenders. Like that amount of time right there that is saved to me is worth a little bit less commission, right? Because you're still making really good money, but you're taking out a huge chunk of the work, the back end work. That way the brokers can just focus on marketing, following up with leads, building relationships, et cetera. They're not worried about application processing and underwriting and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. And the other good thing is too, we have our lender's license. So depending on what you're doing, what state, they have different legal requirements you need to be aware of if you're trying to just do kind of your own thing. So that's another good benefit. You're already kind of piggybacking what we've already done for years. And it's just plug and play. I mean, people can literally come in tomorrow if you have a book of business and make money literally, a few days after that. And so that's just really nice. You don't have to do all the legwork. And you can make a couple more points, but now you have liability. Now you have clawback issues. Now you have legal issues, compliance issues. So 100% agree with you.
Makes sense. They got one last question, and then I'm going to share my screen. I want to show everybody just what this process looks like of signing up, contact information that you get. You actually get your own landing page application, which I love because that allows me to very easily sync that with EliteBroker, guys. So if this is something that you want to do and you sign up at Lenders Access, which correct me if I'm wrong, man, there is no cost to signing up. There's no monthly fees. There's no sign up fees or anything like that, right?
Correct. There are no minimums. There's nothing to sign up. No fee. No quotas. We have guys that do one deal a year, and that's all they need us for. That's fine. And we don't, by the way, market you guys, send out all this, material. Hey, where's your deals? If you give us deals, we love to help you. And if not, we understand. So.
Gotcha. Okay. Actually, real quick, before I ask my question, I had a question up here. You mentioned the commission for MCA loans. I think you were just giving an example, Matt, but the 50 to 70%, that's on all of your products, right?
Yeah, exactly. So basically that's from the lender's commission that we make, then that's that percentage. And we fully disclose all that to you, everyone.
Okay. Gotcha. Let me pull up my bullet points. Oh yeah. Do you guys have anything for like product knowledge, like a training area that, if a broker is brand new and they want to learn about equipment financing or MCAs and, when to offer this, when to offer that, do you guys have anything like that as far as education goes?
Yeah, a lot of that is just being that a lot of these guys are kind of a boutique shop that they may only like one or two of our programs compared to all of them. Then we can set up training one-on-one and do a lot of Q&A, role playing, whatever they need, individually or with their team.
Okay. Yeah. So you take a more of a one-on-one approach versus just like a members area or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I like that. All right, cool. So what I want to do at this point, I'm going to share my screen. I want to show you guys just when I signed up as an agent, because, it's just your standard ISO agreement, what you guys actually get access to here. And then from after this, I want to talk a little bit about onboarding and follow-up, right? Communication. That's really important for me. But I want to show you this, guys. Like once you get approved, okay. So this you get all these. This is Matt's contact information right here. That's really cool. So you can reach out to these the different parts of the team right here. This is what I really like. You also get a PDF version, which we're probably not going to need, but we might be able to use that. But I really like this landing page. And again, guys, this is something that like once you get signed up, you get your own URL. And you can send that to me. Just open up a support ticket inside of EliteBroker. Send me your application page right here, and I can put that in the automations. Not to mention too, Matt, is it generally a pretty good idea to actually fill this out for clients while you're on the phone, if you can, as opposed to sending it to them?
Yeah, obviously it's about knowing your client. So some people like to do it themselves. If they have all that data from other applications, fill it in. Absolutely. So whatever's easiest for, all sides.
Gotcha. But basically this is the application they fill out. Obviously there's a couple of steps here. This is not the only, the only questions here, but you can send this to your clients. You can fill this out if you want, and this is one application that when you guys receive this, you take it from there. And then within 48 hours, you're going to have hopefully at least, 3 to 5 different offers, correct?
Yes, exactly.
All right. Very cool. So I wanted to show that to you guys. There were some other emails that I got to. These are just different documents and stuff. That's the ISO agreement. But what happens? What exactly happens after a broker signs up and wants to get started? What is the time frame to when they get their own landing page for their application? And then what is is there any onboarding process? Is there a phone call, like an intro call or anything like that?
Yeah. So once you complete the ISO, you'll get an EverSign, and you'll sign that. That comes back. That will generate, because we'd have a conversation. Yes, you want a landing page. Yes, you want JavaScript, whatever. And that goes to IT. Typically about 48 hours, that'll be live. You always have a manual application. We have people that have a deal already in mind that they submit even before they do the ISO. If they're waiting to maybe get a business check to put in or complete the W-9, whatever the case is. So we can work as fast as you guys want to go. And we even have guys after a certain volume. If you want certain logos on there, that's a whole other animal. But once there's some transactions done, we can do that for you as well.
Gotcha. Okay. I like it, man. It all looks good to me. I want you guys, if you guys have any questions, drop them down in the comments. That's really all I could think of to cover, Matt. Is there anything that you think we missed that it would be good for brokers to know about Lenders Access?
Yeah, so obviously, each one of you, I'm sure you're seasoned, or even if you're just starting out, to find the right vertical. Each training we offer encompasses who to talk to. So if it's a large equipment deal and you're doing audited financials and dealing with the CFO, that's a different conversation than dealing with a bar or restaurant owner that does 200,000 annual and is looking at getting some additional funds for equipment. So we can help you out with that. The key though is just the relationships you build. And if there's one thing I could say on anything is all these guys that need money, find the real reason for the money. We could do training on that as far as how to back in with the different ROIs and so forth. There's a lot of things that can make your job a lot easier. If you know the reason for that money, then that saves a lot of additional questions and or pushback from your customers, because it's not about rate. It's about, I need the money for X. And then you go into that. So, but yeah, I mean, it's the process is easy. It seems like there's a lot involved. There's really not. It's probably the same thing you're doing kind of now, but we just take it to another scale to get more money for your commissions and for your clients.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I love it. So if you guys want to learn more, it's just lendersaccess.com. I'll have a link. I'm going to put this in the lenders and loan products part of the members area. I'm going to put the replay here, so if you guys want to go back through it a couple times, but you can check out lendersaccess.com. Just go to agent registration right here and go through the process, sign documents, get signed up. It's really as simple as that, right, Matt? Like, did they just fill out the agent registration form here?
Absolutely. Then the email comes over. We'll do a conversation typically, before either after that. But if someone just wanted to do that and start submitting deals, people do that as well. So whatever's easiest for you guys.
Yeah, it's whatever, how fast are they looking to move, right? And that's pretty much what it comes down to.
Absolutely.
I got a question here. What happens when clients work with multiple brokers and there happens to be a conflict of ownership? First come, first serve.
Well, typically if we, that's been submitted to a lender and the lender says we already have that file, a lot of them is first come, first serve. Let's say if you're dealing with a company, like a Rapid. Others is first one to sign contracts. So you have two brokers with the same file and submitted it. You may have a little, it just depends on relationship. So that's where you could use me maybe, and we can upsell the value add for you guys, where it's not just a one deal and done. We can massage this into a term loan, an SBA loan, a commercial loan, buying a company for them. We make it to where it's not just a quick little deal to get paid. You are bringing more to the table for them.
Right. I would imagine that shouldn't really be happening too frequently, right? Like if you're doing your own marketing, you're building relationships with these business owners. It's probably pretty unlikely for there to, like, you guys probably, I can't imagine, run into conflict of ownership very frequently, right?
Well, yeah, it's only when there's multiple brokers in the same file. But if you're doing your own marketing and they're in the, if you buy leads, for example, you can buy live transfer leads out there. And if you don't get exclusive, then yeah, you're going to be competing. And that's where you have to sell yourself and your service. And like I said, it's not just one working capital loan. We're looking at, the now and the future for them. So it doesn't happen a lot. That is actually an issue. And by the way, because we have a great network, let's say there is one conflict with one lender. Well, that lender may be just kind of middle of the road as far as terms, but we have a lot better terms. So they may go, yeah, we're already working with, Rapid. Well, guess what? They're offered a 12-month. We offered an 18-month and a lot better, payment, a lower payment. So just because that happens once in a while, it never really stops any transactions.
Gotcha. Okay, good to know. Let's see. Someone asked if there's going to be a recording. Yes, I'm going to put this in the training replays area of the members area. It'll also just be, I'll probably just keep it public on YouTube as well, so you can check it out later. Let's see. All right. Well, I don't see any other questions coming in, Matt. I didn't want this to be too long anyways. I really appreciate your time. Any last, okay, hold on real quick. What happens if the person has two MCAs?
Oh yeah, we can stack up to 6. Just depends if they have the deposits or the revenue to justify.
Okay.
So
and you can consolidate too, right?
Yeah.
You can do like, I mean, MCA consolidation. So if they've got 2 or 3, that could be a potential good deal to restructure it, right? To consolidate it.
Absolutely. It's all about that deposits the last 3 months. So what are they showing currently in revenue or deposits?
Gotcha. Awesome. All right, man. Well, any final words? Anything else you want to share?
No, I mean, we're here obviously to help. Any questions, feel free to call or email. Obviously, our success is your success, and vice versa. So we're here to make the process easy and get you guys paid. So
awesome, man. Well, hey, I really appreciate the time, guys. Make sure you check out Lenders Access. I'm definitely going to be adding it to the EliteBroker process. If you guys do get signed up and you want to use that one application, put a support ticket in, send me that URL once it gets sent to you, and I can put it into your EliteBroker account. We can start using that in our automations. And of course, if you don't have EliteBroker, what the heck are you doing with your business? Get signed up, right? Get everything that you need for the marketing side of the business. And you combine it with something like Lenders Access. I mean, you got the makings of a really, really good business there. So at that point, it's just putting the time and the effort in. So, all right, guys. Well, I appreciate the time. Hope this was helpful, Matt. Really appreciate your time, and I'll be in touch soon. We'll probably have some follow-up questions at some point. Would it be okay if I put contact details inside of EliteBroker, like email, phone number, stuff like that? Is that okay?
Absolutely. Whatever helps you guys.
Awesome. All right, cool. All right, man. Well, enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll talk soon. All right.
Thanks, guys.
All right, guys. Bye-bye.